Okay, so Paranoid, Black Sabbath. The Stereophonics are doing this as it looks like Kelly Jones on the acoustic. They've got a bass player and they've got a lead guitar. Now, if I was going to do this with that kind of lineup, in other words, acoustic but still with a bass guitar, and they got someone slapping a cajon, I would probably do it like this. Let me explain this. So what I've done first of all, we've got the capo on the second, and we're starting in A minor, and it goes like this. There's an F, A minor, sorry. We'll come on to that in a minute. I'm going to play along with them in a minute. But the basic nuts and bolts of it is just that. Now, the difficult part is G, C, G, A minor. So it's G, C, G, A minor. Bam, bam, bam. However, and here's the good news, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that on the acoustic. I think it sounds clumsy. When you're doing it with a full electric band, da-da-dum, it sounds great because it's powerful, bam-bam-bam, you know, it sounds great. It just doesn't sound, I think it just sounds a bit clumsy on here. It's good that the bass player does it, don't get me wrong. But, so the bass player is going to go... He's going to do something like that. However, I think on the acoustic guitar, I would probably do this. Particularly if I was going to be singing. So, la, 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 stay on the G. La, 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 okay, so anyway, I'm going to play along with Kelly and the boys and see if that kind of sounds good, and then we'll see what other problems we come up against.
Couldn't help me with my mind. I don't think I'm innocent because I am frowning all the time.
F to G. So pause that again. So that's A minor, F to G. Now I played along this a minute ago, to see if there's going to be any surprises in here, and they only seem to do that once, which is interesting. A minor, F, G. Now you could do the F like that and then an open G, but once you're in a bar chord shape, there, first fret up, well, bring them on with the capo, first fret up from the capo, bring it up 2 frets, that gives you your F and G. So that's the biggest problem I can see in this, is just that F, which you only have to do once. I'll take that back again, I'm going to play along with it, and then we're going to carry on. So that's just that.
All day long I think of things, but nothing seems to satisfy.
To mention on this, I'm not completely ignoring that dun dun dun, but I'm doing it as a strum. So okay, does that make sense? The rest of the strumming pattern is just down and down and down. You could go down, you could go. I don't know if it drives long enough. I'd probably go up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and yeah, just down, up, and then back to A minor, down, up. It's just a bit louder, it's just a dynamic. It wouldn't matter if you didn't do that. If you went as long as the bass guy plays going boom, 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 it's still going to come through. It's going to sound like you're doing it, I think. I mean, you don't really know. And I couldn't swear 100% until I tried it, but I would have thought as long as the bass player's doing that, you know, you're good to go. So anyway, I'm going to carry on playing along with it. I don't think there's much else going on there really. It is just variations. Oh yeah, just one thing I wanted to mention. They do a... There's a... It goes up, but it's such a tiny little thing. It's just not worth it. And again, it's going to sound clumsy, I think, if you stick it on the acoustic. Anyway, let's see what else comes up.
Can you help me?
G.
Occupy my brain.
That's A minor.
Oh, yeah.
G again.
Yeah.
Back to A minor. So there's a little break there, which is just G and A minor.
Show me the things in life that I can find.
But if you do get your C and G quick enough,
if I don't find something to satisfy.
see, this is where I thought that F was going to come back, but it doesn't. Oh yeah, so yeah, all they're doing, I've worked out that. So there's a little C, and then back again. But it's a really quick one. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to contradict myself now. If you can get the dun dun in there, people who like this song and who know this song probably are going to want to hear bam bam bam. The question is, if I was doing this on my own, I guess I'd feel kind of obliged to get that in there. If I'm doing it with another guitarist and a bass guitarist, and I'm just playing the rhythm, I probably wouldn't. And I think for a lot of people, that's what's going to make this a bit more doable. C, G, C, G, and then straight to A minor. Sounds easy, but now you could go A minor, G. You could do, so we're playing a four-finger G, sorry there, six-fingered, four-finger G, and I'm just moving to the C9. So from the G, dropping those two fingers down from 6 and 5 to 5 and 4, sorry, and then back. So it's not much easier, but I don't know. If you were doing it as bar chords, by the way, which if you can do bar chords, obviously it's still pretty straightforward. A minor, you might as well do it as an open chord. I don't know why you wouldn't on an acoustic. And then G. But you still got to get, and this is kind of one of the things that caught my eye immediately. You still got to get from G to an open. Oh, sorry, keep going out of shot. From G to an open A minor, unless you're going to play this A minor up here. they're doing. That's how they're doing it. But they might even be doing it as power chords. Which, I don't know. I just think it's going to sound messy, you know. So you've got to find your own way with it. I hope that gives you what you need. The other way is, is there another way? You could. I don't know. No, there's a tip I was going to give you there, but again, it's not any easier than any of the others. So yeah, I'd go A minor, G, back to A minor with the bum bum bum, just a dun dun strum, bum bum bum, and back to the A minor. That's probably enough, I think, for most people. Most people that come here, most of the time, I think that's going to be enough. Anyway, I think that's all you need. Shout if it isn't, but you know, I think that's the nuts and bolts of the Stereophonics version of Paranoid.